people of YouTube, internet, etc. It's time to talk about this PCX touring screen from Givi that I bought from M&P. Box out of the way. Now, see the size of the thing there. Previous viewers will no doubt remember I went through the fitting of it. Previous video, I'll put a link to it here. If you like this, give us a like and a subscribe. It goes a long way, man. And when I was fitting it, I discovered damage to it here, like a little half moon, totally snapped out clear. I'll put a picture of the damage in. Now I left it on the bike for the purpose of taking the pictures and stuff, and then I got in touch with M&P and tried to arrange a replacement. Now I had bought it on eBay just before the scooter arrived, so I bought the thing in June. June. And it arrived, and then holidays and all sorts of stuff, you know, the usual kind of things, life gets in the way, kids, etc. And I went to fit it there in the middle of August. Hadn't been out the box, hadn't been out the packaging. There was no corresponding bit line in the bottom of the box or anything, so who knows. Got in touch with M&P, and this is where the rant begins. It's a two-part rant, you'll enjoy it. Get to use one of my special skills in life, which is swearing. There is a special place in hell reserved for shops, retailers, sellers like M&P. Okay? Quite frankly, because they just don't give a fuck about anyone, anything, or any reputation, any image, any damage, anything that's done to anyone as a result of what they do. The most officious, rude, obnoxious cunts I have dealt with in any sort of eBay sales messaging thing are now claiming that I put this on, rode it around for a while, you know, like as you do, riding it around for weeks with the actual Givi sticker still in the damn thing, and damaged it myself when riding it. I have no concept of how that damage would occur when riding it, because any kind of stone or something coming up, not only would you going to notice it, but where it was in the bike, I can't imagine it not damaging the bike as well. Okay, nice and simple. All I wanted, remember, I didn't want my money back, I just wanted another screen. The officious pricks at M&P have declined, saying I only had 3 days to report the damage, which is not mentioned anywhere in their sales adverts on eBay or their auctions. It isn't in their terms and conditions when I scroll down and look through it. They have then, when I've pointed this out to them, become, again, ball bags, and then retreated under the, oh well, it's outside the 30 days return window anyway, by a couple of days. And I openly admitted that when I emailed. And again, I wasn't looking for my money back, I just wanted a replacement product. Surely any product you buy should have some sort of warranty with it, if nothing else. So they've declined my return because they would rather have the money up their arse to nourish their dead souls than actually go a wee bit an extra mileage. Not even an extra mile, a couple of yards, man. We're talking like 2-3 days for a customer. Now I bought tyres, I bought cleaning stuff, I bought service stuff, I bought clothes, I bought helmets for M&P before. I used to actually look forward to M&P's email on a Friday afternoon to see what the week's specials were, you know, because sometimes the tyre deals were quite good. Now that email, they can roll it up, shove it up their arse, and use it to nourish the decaying corpse of their company. They can fuck off. Utter cunts. Don't buy a thing from them. I'll never buy another thing from them. I'm not saying I'm a massive customer. I think maybe in the past 4 or 5 years I've spent maybe 1,500 quid with them. But that's 1,500 quid in the next 4 or 5 years that they will not get out of me. Okay? Which brings us on to part number 2 of the rant, and this is the actual fun bit. Now that's just a retailer being a retailer and being an arsehole. We're kind of used to that. This fucking thing's a death trap! This screen is dangerous. I nearly crashed twice. I used this for 2 days. After they declined the return, I thought, fuck it, I'll use it, I'll see what it's like, see if I can do a review for folk. It's as noisy as get out, purely from the fittings and all the creaking and everything of the plastic. Basically, it's too big. It's too big for its own good. I can't imagine this lasting long without breaking, to be honest with you. So that's just irritating noises. Now behind it, well, let's start with the positives. Behind it, you feel nothing. It could be an environmental disaster, it could be a hurricane or a tornado, and apart from a bit of wind force on the screen, I don't think you're going to fucking notice, man. You could be sitting drinking a cup of tea and reading the paper behind this thing, and it wouldn't even ruffle the paper. I was able to record some test video on the GoPro and just on the chin mount on the helmet, and you could actually hear me properly, just with the standard GoPro mic, because there's like zero wind noise, zero rain, zero nothing. It's great. See, on a dual carriageway or a long single carriageway road, if it's wet and you're getting loads of spray, you get no spray in the face. Problem is, all the spray sits on this, which we get to in a sec. Other positives for it, I love these handguard extensions that they've got on this bit. I would love to have this screen shorter, but with these on it. See the screen that I've got on it, the smaller Givi screen that I love, I would love it if they would just extend those handguard bits. Then you wouldn't need handguards, you know what I mean? Great wind deflectors, don't feel a thing in your hands either. Fantastic that way. That's about it for the positives. On the negative side, I'll get to dangerous stuff in a wee sec. When you've got it mounted, there's a gap down here to equalise pressure, and on a wet, spray, rainy day, you do get quite a lot of spray coming up through there. I find quite a lot of water coming up through there, hitting me in the chest. Not ideal, but not the end of the world. The mounts were nice and solid. Wasn't expecting them to be as good as they were, to be fair. But the real problem with this thing is looking through the windscreen. The spray sticks to it, don't go anywhere. Doesn't matter how much you clean it or wipe it. Okay? I was out twice there, coming home from work, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, raining. It was bright, you know what I mean? It wasn't dark or dull or anything like that. I had a bit of spray on my visor. And then spray on this, I couldn't see a damn thing. I had to stop a few times to wipe them both down. Couldn't see potholes, hit a couple of bad potholes. Couldn't see, you know, like the usual manhole covers or that sort of shit, just kind of dangers on the road that you'd normally even avoid. Couldn't see them, okay? And the second thing that really annoyed me with this was, and this is my fault, I didn't think about this, the lack of airflow. If you're wearing a full-faced helmet, so I had my Shoei GT Air 2 on, and I'd normally just crack your visor for a bit of breeze, especially on a warm day, or like if your glasses are steaming up, as any glasses wearer will sympathise. You have no breeze to do that. There's nothing coming in the vent. So you're sitting there with steamed up glasses behind a visor and a screen that you can't see through. Death trap. Anyway, I forgot to add one bit about this bastard tall Givi screen. Easily knocks a good between 5 and 10 mile an hour off your top speed. Most days was taught me about 55. And crucially, one of the most fundamental reasons why we buy these little scooters in the first place, fuel economy. Took my indicated economy down from about 128 mile per gallon to 106. Just purely wind resistance, I think. Another reason why it can't stay. Not all bad, but what I'm going to do, seeing as how they won't take this back, is I think I'm going to go to this kind of natural wee kind of line here on the screen, where it kind of flattens out a little bit, and I'm going to just cut it right across there. And I'm going to just get one of those little universal spoiler, little flip up bits there, and that way I get the best of both worlds. I get to keep these handguards, and hopefully I'll get most of the weather off me as well. But this thing shouldn't be allowed to be sold the way it is. Now I'm 5'9", I'm not staggeringly tall, I'm not staggeringly short. Fairly average. If you're a little bit shorter than me, I can't comprehend how you would ride in this safely. So Givi, you should be ashamed of yourself. Number one, for sticking out defective products, because that's 2 screens I've had for Givi that have had damage on them when I've taken them out of the box. That's not a coincidence. And number 2, M&P, you're a bunch of fucking wankers. You can suck my cock, because that's the only thing you'll ever get out of me ever again. Anyway, rant over. Show you a new toy next. See you later.